Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So we're back with another Marvel video, talking about Daredevil Born Again and their ratings for Season 1 and Season 2, because it's Nielsen. So when Nielsen does it, it accumulates both seasons together. It calculates the total. And these are brand new ratings, although the season's obviously been out, right? It has completed. It's been out, it's completed, it's done. But I thought we would take a look at this because it's new information. And as we get up to the lead up to Doomsday, you need to look at all the sort of peripheral Marvel projects to see. There was a lot of P's there, wasn't there? Peripheral Marvel projects. Tongue twister. To, I guess, get an understanding of whether Doomsday is off to a slam dunk or will struggle and it'll be hard pressed to impress in terms of its box office potential. And I think personally, looking at this, I think Doomsday will struggle. And I say that because Daredevil, as a property, with this individual involved, obviously began life on Netflix. It's a fan favourite. Yeah, it continued on Disney. But it is a fan favourite kind of iteration. But even the fans couldn't be bothered to turn up for this. They couldn't be bothered to turn up for the first season, the second season. And that matters because the original Daredevil on Netflix was gangbusters. It did incredible numbers. It was a major hit. It wasn't a small thing. It was a major hit. Absolutely major hit. So I think this is indicative of the general apathy that we see time and time again. And I know it kind of seems like I'm beating a dead horse on this. But one, I haven't actually done a video like this for a little while. But two, it's new information. So as new information develops, we get a broader picture of just how bad it is for Marvel. And I think Disney has a right to be, or justification, to be very worried. Very, very worried. So let's take a look, right? This is an article on That Park Place, and they've just sort of collated the information. So this is, as they say here, right? It is the latest Nielsen streaming numbers, painting an ugly picture for Disney Plus, as the series again fails to crack the top 10 original streaming charts. And this time, it was beaten not only by rival superhero shows, but by revived reality dating shows. Wow. You've got to remember just how good and big Daredevil was for Netflix. Because this is the comparison, right? So, according to the latest Nielsen data for the week of April 13th to 19th, the 5th episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, along with the 4 previous episodes, failed. And I do think it accounts for the original as well. It should do. It should account for Season 1 as well. But anyway, it failed to generate enough viewership to enter the top 10 originals chart. Instead, the rankings were dominated by shows like The Boys, Invincible, and even Temptation Island. So that's really bad. That's really bad. Tragically bad, in fact. I mean, I don't, whether I've got a massive stake in it, I don't. But let's have a look at Daredevil Netflix ratings. Viewership. So it was very difficult to actually see that, to be fair. Yeah, you know what? Actually, you can't see it. Original Netflix ratings and metrics. So, during the original 2015 to 2018 run on Netflix, Daredevil was highly rated, but tracking data was sparse. Data from the analytics firm Luminate historically indicated that the original seasons of Daredevil performed well, generating roughly 1.44 billion minutes viewed across comparable initial launch windows. Is that then? Or is that the... No, that's the original. Wow. 1.44 billion minutes viewed. So that's huge. That's massive. That's very, very, very big. So, I mean, that's insane, isn't it, really, when you're looking at that? And these are just millions of minutes. Now, obviously, that is several years worth there. But that's a big difference. That is a very, very big difference. And you can see, actually, I am correct in my suggestion that Daredevil Born Again would be rated on this out of both seasons. As you can see here, Beef is 19 episodes, right? The Boys, for instance, is 36 episodes. So it's millions of minutes watched across the entirety of the library of that IP. So that's really bad. For Disney, that's very, very bad. Yeah. Now, this article does go off and compare it to The Boys and Invincible. And they say this, and it's quite worthwhile to mention. They say that comparison matters because neither Amazon property has the decades of mainstream brand recognition that Marvel's Daredevil carries. This is in relation to Invincible and The Boys beating Daredevil. Yet audiences continue gravitating towards those shows instead. This flies in the face of the superhero fatigue excuse Marvel likes to throw around in the media to explain its poor performance since Avengers Endgame, which is what they do. They also like to throw around COVID as well, randomly. They like to say that that's why everything will always be poo moving forwards. Apparently it's just never recovered. So I would say that's multifaceted. I'd say it's an element of it to a degree. I'd say the global economic status is pretty bad. I'd say the fact that movies have only gotten somewhat worse is another. But then they also go on to say this, which I think is interesting. So Disney Plus has a bigger problem than just Daredevil. The Nielsen numbers also highlight a broader issue for Disney and Disney Plus overall. Disney Plus failed to place a single original series in the top 10. That's bad, isn't it? I mean, think of all the shows that have been out. Think of all the shows that have come out. I mean, you got that new Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, Star Wars. I mean, that's been and gone like a fart in the wind. Brilliant. And so they round out their article, which is where I'll finish this, is can Season 3 actually turn it around? Well, not reading from the article at all. Can they turn it around? I actually don't think so. I don't think so at all. Let's have a look at Rotten Tomatoes. The thing is, and I'm not suggesting Rotten Tomatoes is the be-all and end-all. The thing is, it is a well-liked show. It's not a hated show by any stretch of the imagination. 86% and 82% respectively. Season 1, 78%. But what it has, which is a massive detractor for it, is that no one is watching it, obviously, which we've just gone through. Only 2,500 plus ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty bad. And then Season 2 as well. Only 1,000 ratings. Yeah, pretty bad. That is pretty bad. That's not good at all. So you can even see the declining interest in terms of total net ratings of people rating it, right? The total reviews have gone down. People are less and less interested in it. So although it's liked by those that watch it, it is not broadly enjoyed by a majority. Which spells disaster for Doomsday, I think, once again. I wonder whether Disney has achieved with Marvel over a longer period of time what they've achieved with Star Wars over a short period of time, i.e. flooded the market to a degree with shit that people are now so disinterested that pure apathy is set in and they really need to take a break, and then maybe, and it is only a maybe, people will like it again. What do you think? Let me know down below.